Hello, welcome. We have Jesse Billauer with us today, who's the founder of LRO Life Rolls On, and an avid surfer. It's featured in Surf Epic, Step Into Liquid. Also, Jesse's story is also an award-winning film. Has several awards, including Nike's Casey Martin Award, Open Hearts Foundation Sports Award, and Malibu Surfing Associates Lifetime Achievement Award. Also, Jesse is a motivational speaker. Welcome, Jesse. Appreciate you taking my call.
Sounds good to me. Thank you very much.
Wanted to ask you something. You know, when did you start surfing?
I started surfing when I was about 9 years old in Santa Monica, California, and just kind of fell in love with it. You know, lived close to the beach and saw the ocean, and I guess since I was a Pisces, I was a fish. I needed to be out there.
Right. Awesome. So, and as a child learning to surf, did you find out that it was something that you wanted to do long term?
Yeah, as soon as I started doing it, I realized that it brought me so much joy and freedom and independence. It was just so nice out there that I was like, man, I want to be a professional surfer. So that was my whole goal.
Oh, okay. Wow. So you went after that passion of being a professional surfer. Was that an easy process? Was that I mean, if you look back now, how was that process of trying to work yourself to become a professional surfer?
I just think you have these talents, in different sports, and different people have different talents and different things, and once you figure out what that talent is and you find out what that passion is, then you're like, that's what I should be doing. And, surfing was easy for me, and I was really good, and I was like, wow, this is what I want to do, So I just had to dab into different sports. I played baseball, soccer. I love those, but surfing just stood out.
Okay. Now, and as far as your process of wanting to go pro, did you, was there, how was your friendship, your relationships around you? Did a lot of your friends, were they on the same page as far as wanting to be pros, or were they just kind of there to, your friendship, people you picked to be friends during this time in your life have wanted to be pro? Did you have to change friendships? Did you have to build new ones, or how was that process looking like?
Well, living by the beach, a lot of your friends they surf, so it's like kind of we all just fell into it together.
Okay.
So it kind of worked out.
Okay. So and I've heard about a little bit of your story as far as what happened. So what can you take me back to that day of what happened as far as your injury goes?
Yeah, well, usually I surf alone, and this morning I knew the waves were going to be really good, so I told my friends to all meet me at the beach before school, and I ended up getting to the beach, and I paddled out first, had a bunch of waves, and my friends started showing up, and I took off on a wave, and as I was going down the line, I pulled inside this barrel, and when I came out, the wave hit my back, and I went head first in the water, and didn't really have time to put my hands up. I ended up hitting my head on a shallow sandbar, and my whole body just went limp and numb and tingly, and I was just floating there, face down the water, holding my breath, hoping for a wave to turn me over, and at that time, I luckily waved in, and I called for help, but at that time, my friends were just thinking I was joking around, so nobody came over, and more waves tumbled me around, and finally my best friend came over, and I just told him, I'm like, you got to keep my head above water, else I'm going to drown. I kept repeating that over and over, and next day I remember I was up on the beach, looking up at the sky, and all my dreams were flashing in front of my eyes. I didn't really know what I was going to do. I knew that something was really serious.
Wow. So what kind of day, how would you describe that day? Was it a dark day? Was it just a life-changing day? What was it like? Oh.
Well, it was a beautiful day, and it was sunny and beautiful, and it was my life forever, though, and to me, I looked at it like if I was going to do this, I'd rather do it surfing than maybe in a car accident or getting something else, some other ways. So, yeah, I wish I change it. I wish I could go back and not surf that day, but I can't. So I got to really focus on the things I could do and not dwell on what I can't do.
Right. But like you said, if it was a way to go out, that'd be the way you'd want to go out, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Living your passion and doing what you loved and knew what you wanted, really were purposing to do. And I think that's an important lesson. I see it a lot of times that people in life rust out versus wear out. And when you're living your purpose, living your life, I mean, when you're fighting that fight to do what you really want to do, I think that's, in essence, the best way, the better way to go out of this life and living that passion, kind of dying in that passion too. I appreciate you sharing that. So now you've experienced this life-changing accident, and now you're in the process of recovery, process of questioning. After the accident, what were some of the big questions that you might have had for yourself, for your life at that point?
Some of the questions?
Yeah, like maybe you were sitting in the hospital, or what were some things you were thinking about?
I was just really thinking about, I was 17 years old and what I was going to do in my life and how people would, kind of get me back into, society, and what was I going to do in my life. And I was a junior in high school. I needed to figure out how I was going to finish high school. And my whole focus was not to go to college, it was to be a professional surfer. So now I had to focus on what school I was going to go to and how I was going to do that, how I was going to live, where I was going to live, who's going to take care of me. I mean, when you lose your independence, now you have to depend on other people. And it gets a little more difficult.
Yeah. And did you find that a lot of your family and people around you rallied around to help you?
Yeah, I mean, I had great support. Luckily, on my end, I had a lot of support, and that helped me, allow me to just be my own person and get what I needed, and also have the freedom that I needed, but have someone there, so it gave me enough space to breathe.
Wow, that's awesome. So as far as the people that you feel like that don't have the support, how would you counsel them? That at this, at that type of thing, maybe not a series of life-changing event like yours, but something where they feel like they're losing their independence. How would you give them any words of encouragement?
You really just got to stay focused, and stay focused on your goals and stay focused on what you love and figure out what you're able to do and ask questions, look up on the internet nowadays. It's an easy thing. See what other people are doing that have the same energy as you, and just kind of take it one day at a time, and just don't look too far ahead, and don't be afraid to ask for help, because there's a lot of people out there that would like to help you, whether it's your family or friends or strangers. Got to swallow that humble pie and realize that you're not going to be able to do the same thing, so it might take you a little bit longer to get from point A to point B, but still a possibility.
Appreciate that. And as far as your rehab and coming back, kind of creating a more momentum in your life again, what was your motivation to continue pushing yourself forward and challenging yourself? What was your motivation?
Just the fact that I wanted to still surf, I still wanted to get out there. The motivation was there's a lot of beautiful things in the world that I don't want to miss out, I mean, whether it's the next swell, the next sunny day, the next concert, the next speed, the next beautiful woman that walks by. I mean, there's a lot of things that I want to miss out on.
That's good. I appreciate that. And so, and from that, experiencing the beautiful days and wanting to surf again, how did the birthing of Life Rolls On come on?
Well, I was getting interviews done after my injury from magazines and things, and they were like, "Oh, life goes on," And I was looked down one day, and I looking up for me, and life rolls on. I was like, "Whoa, I love that name," and told everyone about it, and they liked it. So I started Life Rolls On, and I wanted to give back, so I started a foundation, and then started these programs where we can take people with disabilities surfing and skiing and skateboarding, and then I just realized that it was a great name.
That is a great name. I love that. You said it was just you were hearing people say life goes on, and you look down and you're right. Life rolls on, and that's how personal that is to you. And what kind of team did you have to put together to help you? I mean, did you have just buddies, friends, or did you strategically look for people to help you to get this going, or how did that process start?
Basically, my mother was the brains and the smartness behind starting a foundation.
Okay.
I was the side, he was the business side, and that was good.
Okay. And you just got the rest of the team, the creative side, and kind of get you going, huh?
Exactly.
Okay. Awesome. Now, on your website, Life Rolls On, you talk about people following their passions, and you mentioned briefly, but can you tell us more why that's really important to follow your passion?
When you follow your passion, you love it, so it doesn't feel like work. And when you do something you love, it just comes freely, and you put a lot of time and effort into it, and that's usually what you do the best. So when you have a lot of passion for something, you stay focused, you stay on top of things, and you want to do it. So when you do that, it doesn't feel like it's a job.
Right, it doesn't, does it? It just time kind of flies by, and like I tell others that when you are living your passion, it really doesn't feel like work. It feels like it's the joys of life that really come alive, and especially when you're doing something you're talented at, gifted at, and hopefully you're making a difference in someone else's life at the same time. And I think that really creates a winning combination that leaves a legacy behind. So when we're dead and gone, moved on from this life, that that passion that we were living will be remembered, and hopefully passed on to someone else who continue to move on and carry the torch and continue to walk out their passions also. So I appreciate that. I appreciate the similarities and also the heart that you have. And I've watched some of those videos, and I see the smiles and the joys that are coming, lighting up in those young men and women that are actually experiencing life beyond just sitting in a chair or being disabled or being incapable, but you're giving them the freedom to experience life in a real way, and still be valuable and credible to life. Am I right about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I were to ask you, Jesse, what is what's the big plans for Life Rolls On? What's the big plans for Jesse coming up in this brand new year?
Just provide these beautiful programs to as many people as we can. We do them in 7 different states around the country, and it's just great to be able to give back, And for me, the goal with Life Rolls On is obviously putting on more events, raising more money, bringing awareness to spinal cord injury research, and but at the same time allowing people that are injured right now to still enjoy being out there in the ocean, having that independence, having that freedom, and to meet new people, to expand and get more people, and I don't know, just sharing this energy.
I appreciate that, and that's really continue to move on and continue to pass on the torch. And it's liferollson.org, correct?
Yeah.
liferollson.org. you can find more information on Jesse Billauer and what he's doing with his charity and how it's making a difference in many lives, especially in the Los Angeles greater area, and across, I'm sure it's across the United States and the globe. And I was very, very impressed with what you're doing. Jesse, I know it's been a challenge and a joy to live your life, and you've been through some very life-changing events, and you've been through an injury like you have, and life-changing in an instant, and having to regroup and refocus and refine your life even more, to really crystallize your purpose and your passion and what's next questions that have to be answered. And I believe you've done a great job in unpacking that for us and allowing us to see that life doesn't end at a tragic event. It's almost necessary that it's just the beginning to something greater in life, and everything can come good. Anything can come good out of any tragic accident or incident in life, whether it's physically or whether it's emotionally. Life does roll on. And so I want to thank you, Jesse, for your time. Thank you for your ability to share and be with us today. And I look forward to hopefully talking with you more in the future.
Sounds good. I appreciate it. And hope nothing but the best for you.
Awesome. Thank you. Is there any closing comment you want to say to those that are be listening to this?
Just follow your dreams, follow your passion. Appreciate your friends and your family. You never know when tragedy or something bad might happen, so don't wait too long or too late. And always have something to look forward to in life, and you'll be able to enjoy it a little bit more.
Awesome. Thank you for those words. Appreciate you, Jesse.
All right. Thank you.